From Storm Tracker 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
We have a lot of sunshine across mid-Michigan this Thursday afternoon. Satellite and radar shows overall that's not going to change much as we go throughout the rest of the day. However, some of this cloud cover to our northwest will be filtering in, but overall we're still expecting partly cloudy skies. While it does look fairly nice, it doesn't feel all that nice. Temperatures currently sitting in the upper teens to right around 20 degrees in places like Marshall, Owasso, and then over in Adrian as well. High temperatures only making it into the low 20s today, and then we fall right back down to single-digit overnight lows tonight, and that's not factoring in the winds. We'll talk more about this chill coming up in just a little bit. 6 News at Noon starts right now.
WMNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at Noon.
Now at noon, lawmakers on Capitol Hill hear from the U.S. Navy Admiral today about the controversial September 2nd military strikes on an alleged drug boat in the Caribbean. It is our top story at noon. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Kirk Montgomery. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said it was an admiral who ordered a second strike to kill 2 survivors. At issue is the legality of that order, with some lawmakers calling it a war crime. Hegseth is also under renewed scrutiny for his use of the messaging app called Signal. Natalie Brand is here for you now with the latest from Washington.
Admiral, General, what's your message to the American people?
Navy Admiral Frank Mitch Bradley arrived on Capitol Hill to face questions from lawmakers about the Trump administration's September 2nd strike on an alleged drug boat off the coast of Venezuela.
The Admiral confirmed that there had not been a kill them all order.
A source tells CBS News that 2 survivors were trying to climb back onto the boat and allegedly attempting to salvage some of the drugs before it was hit a second time. Some lawmakers say the action could constitute a war crime if the military targeted survivors.
Any American who sees the video that I saw will see the United States military attacking shipwrecked sailors. Bad guys, but attacking shipwrecked sailors.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said the decision on the second strike was made by Admiral Bradley and called it legal and justified.
Admiral Bradley made the correct decision to ultimately sink the boat and eliminate the threat.
Secretary Hegseth is also facing renewed scrutiny over a Pentagon Inspector General report into his use of the messaging app Signal to relay details to other administration officials about a military operation in Yemen back in March. The newly released IG report found the Secretary's actions did not comply with DoD procedure and risked potential compromise of sensitive DoD information, which could cause harm to personnel and mission objectives.
That put those pilots flying those strikes at risk.
The IG review found that key information posted by Hegseth came from a classified email marked secret, but it's unclear whether Hegseth declassified that info before posting it. On social media, Hegseth called the report a total exoneration, saying no classified information was shared. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
New at noon, a teacher was found dead at a school in Ionia on Wednesday night, causing the district to close 3 schools today: Welsh High School, Ionia High School, and Bulldog Beginnings Preschool. All other schools in the district remain open. Grief counselors will be available to students and staff tomorrow. The teacher has not yet been identified, but there is no evidence to suggest a threat to the community, and the incident remains under investigation. Today, investigators say a house fire near the city of Jackson, where a man and woman were found dead, was set intentionally. That's according to a heavily redacted Michigan State Police investigation report obtained by our partners at MLive. The fire happened back in September in Tompkins Township. At first, investigators said it was suspicious, but now they say they're investigating the fire as arson and homicide. After getting the fire under control, first responders found Sherry Porter and Michael McGee dead inside. Porter's death certificate reveals she died from a gunshot wound to the head, and her death has been ruled a homicide. McGee's cause and manner of death is still under investigation. The legal battle over a homeless encampment near Dietrich Park that we've been following for months will continue after a circuit court judge postponed the next hearing and moved it to next week. The city filed a lawsuit against 2 businesses that it claims has allowed the encampment to stay on their property. The judge is ordering the city to clear out the encampment, and there have been weekly court hearings since September to get updates on how that process is coming along, while also making sure the people living there have a safe place to go. In court next week, the judge is expected to hear evidence that the city allegedly directed some homeless people there. The Michigan League for Public Policy held an event today to highlight the impact that losing the ACA tax credits will have on Michigan residents. They say these tax credits have made Affordable Care Act marketplace coverage affordable for thousands of hardworking people across mid-Michigan, including small business owners, self-employed workers, and families already stretched thin by rising costs of food, housing, and utilities.
This district, our neighbors are already struggling to meet their most basic needs. They're already struggling for shelter. They're already struggling for food access. We absolutely should not force our neighbors into a corner where they are deciding whether they're going to pay for groceries or try to pay for an impossibly high health care bill because all of these premiums are set to go up.
The organization says without renewal, many could see their premiums double or more, forcing them to choose between paying for health insurance or other essentials.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
We have an Arctic air mass settling into the region today, all thanks to a very strong cold front that made its way through mid-Michigan yesterday afternoon and evening. That cold front was able to push those light snow flurries that we saw yesterday out of the area, but of course it allowed some cooler temperatures to settle in. Speaking of, this morning we were waking up to readings mainly in the mid to low teens across mid-Michigan. Ionia starting off our Thursday with temperatures of 10 degrees. And despite the amount of sunshine that we have seen thus far, we haven't been able to warm up all that much, generally still sitting in the upper teens to 20 degrees in places like Owasso and Marshall, 18 for our current temperature here in Lansing, Charlotte, and down to our south in the city of Hillsdale as well. We're going to have to get used to these cooler temperatures. Notice generally as we go throughout the next several days, our morning lows will stay in the mid to upper teens. The big exception going to be tonight into early Friday morning. I have an overnight low of 6 degrees in the forecast by then. Monday morning, that's not a typo. I have an overnight low of 3 degrees. Now, that's not even factoring in any sort of wind chill across the area. Of course, that wind chill going to drop those feels like temperatures. In fact, as we go throughout the rest of the day today, wind chills generally staying in the mid to low teens across mid-Michigan. Will drop down below 0 for our feels like temperatures this afternoon and evening, staying sub-zero for those wind chills overnight tonight and as we kick off Friday morning. As we're all heading out of the front door, we could be looking at feels like temperatures of -7 degrees in Hillsdale, -4 for your wind chill in Marshall right around 7 o'clock Friday morning, and -1 degree is in places like Lansing, Mason, and over in Howell as well. And even as we begin to warm things up throughout the day on Friday, notice those wind chills really aren't expected to make it out of the teens. The good news is, even though we are dealing with these very frigid temperatures, there's not a whole lot of active weather that I have in the forecast. In fact, today not only will we be completely dry, but also incredibly sunny as well, looking at partly cloudy skies across the area. Cloud cover slightly increases for our Friday. Overall going to be mostly cloudy. Notice we're still holding on to those dry conditions. A few isolated flurries going to be possible very early on Saturday morning. Our next best chance for snow does look like on Sunday. Only about 1 to maybe up to 2 inches of snow from that system. So perfect time to maybe decorate inside. Speaking of holiday lights winner thus far is Spencer from over in Okemos with this beautiful display. Outside right now we are mostly sunny here in the city of Lansing. Temperatures, as I mentioned, in the upper teens, feeling like we are down into the single digits. That's not just here in Lansing, but across most of mid-Michigan. Jackson, another example, current wind chill of 7. As we go throughout the rest of the day, only going to make it up to a high of 21 degrees. Yet again, well below average for this time of year. Our average high normally sitting in the upper 30s. Yet again, not going to be anywhere close to that mark as we go forward. We're slightly warmer tomorrow, but still only a high of 25 degrees in the forecast. And you're starting off again with those sub-zero wind chills tomorrow. And yet again, I know Kirk kind of took a peek at the 6-day forecast. He wasn't too happy with that overnight low of 3.
When I saw the 3,
Monday.
I thought that was a typo, but I guess not.
No, I had to double check just to make sure. It's happening.
It's happening. It's here. Okay, we do not want the forecast, though, to let people prevent them from coming tomorrow.
Not at all.
Tomorrow is our big day. Tomorrow
Yeah.
it's one of our favorite annual traditions. It's our day of giving. It's our annual food and fundraising drive for the Greater Lansing Food Bank and South Michigan Food Bank. It's taking place tomorrow, December 5th. So if you have any non-perishable food you can give, you can drop it off right here at our station. You can stay in your car, or you can also go to the Jackson location there at 505 North Jackson Street. You can also donate money, either in person or online. We have a link on WLNS.com. So thank you in advance for giving, and we certainly hope to see you tomorrow.